Because if our kids
Oh,
play
More
that,
violent.
violent.
Ain't
Ain't
nobody
nobody
gonna
gonna
hit
hit
me.
me.
well,
That's
yeah,
why
That's
I
why
those
ain't
I
play
ain't
no
playing no
dodgeball. Cause
dodgeball.
as
Cause
soon
as
as
soon as
somebody hit
somebody
me
hit
with
me with
that
that
ball,
ball,
I
I
was
was
coming
coming
after 'em.
after.
I had a couple more games that came up in my mind.
what's that, DJ Dabs?
So one of the games, I don't know if you guys remember, I haven't seen any in a long time because back in Washington, at all the schools, they tore them all down. But there was a thing, it was called the crow's nest, or it was a big, like a half circle, but it was probably at least 17 feet off the ground from the top, from the middle of this thing, and it was shaped like it was shaped like triangles. There's a
Yep.
bunch of little triangles look like a web. So we used to play this game on there with Chase the Monkey. So
Yep.
we were crossing chasing the monkey and people until a couple of kids got hurt, really bad. A couple of kids got hurt really bad, so they tore them all down. But that was one of the
Yeah.
games.
Because
And
look,
then
I tell you, we used to swing on swings when we were little, and they didn't have
oh
no
yeah,
padding. And I was with my cousin Michelle, and we went over to the side park where they had swings, and I swung on the swing high, and was dumb behind left the thing off because I was trying to jump the fence, and I slipped backwards, and then she woke me up. I was like, yeah. So kids yeah. There were a lot of things that we had, you know, said a lot of times we had that, but there was a lot of dangerous stuff that we did, and
Swinging so high you jump off of it. And
Let's
but
get behind.
we did that.
oh
And my
yeah,
one time I was I had roller skates. I was actually in at Grandma Francis' house in Manhattan.
and I had my roller skates on, and my aunt told me not to roller skate behind the people who were swinging. And the person swung so hard towards the back, it hit me, and I lifted up and landed.
I bet that was Aunt Catherine that told you that,
Bone in my hip.
or Aunt Julie.
It was Aunt Julie. And I chipped the bone in my hip, and I promise you I didn't do that ever again.
Did
So
the grandma beat your ass after that?
No, she said that because I guess my ass was beat because of the situation, because I could barely go walk after that. I chipped the bone in my hip.
What about Daddy? Did he do anything?
No, no. I think that's I suffered enough for that. But yeah.
Hey, because our mother would have been like, "Good, you shouldn't have done it anyway."
Yeah. Shouldn't have done it. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
you
been
couldn't
there.
go to my. Listen,
Yeah.
y'all don't know my mother. I love my mother. She's sleeping. Been sleeping peacefully for almost 16 years coming up. But that woman did not have a sympathetic bone in her body for her children. We do something,
For children,
we
but not
fall.
her children.
Her children, her children. That's what I meant. Her children. Now you could bust your behind, and she look at you and say, "See, you shouldn't have been doing that." Instead of, "Oh, baby, come." No, we didn't get that. We didn't.
Yeah, wipe it off.
Wipe yourself off. Walk it off.
Wipe yourself off. You good.
get up.
Go on about your business.
That's she always say that's what you get. See, I told you to stop.
That's
That's
what
what you
you
get.
exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. I couldn't understand it till I saw somebody. You see other kids fall and they mother or father come over and be like, oh baby." Man, our mother was like, "And you could be you walk
She
with
was
your
trying to toughen us up. Yeah, don't baby them, don't baby them. And but you know what about it? The grandkids they said she did the same thing with the grandkids.
hmm
When they got to the point of talking, that's when yeah, you could get on up type thing. But when they were like, toddlers, she would, oh yeah, I'm sorry, oh the boo boo. But then once they got to, walking and talking, man up, even for the girls, man up.
Oh yeah. But like I said, we loved our mother. Make no mistake, our mother did the best she could, but ooh wee, empathy or sympathy was found between shite and syphilis in the dictionary. That was the only sympathy you was getting. So going, let's go.
Wait. Speaking of that, has anybody's mama or father ever tell y'all when y'all walking in the heat and y'all thirsty and they broke? Did they tell you?
Drink your spit.
Many a times.
Just make sure that
But it
we're
wasn't
just
just
our
my
parents.
Look, I'm getting flashbacks here. I'm getting flashbacks.
Right?
That's just good.
I'm gonna ask Miss Summer, did your parents ever say, do you got store money? If you ever said, I want McDonald's, the answer from our parents was, you got McDonald's money?
I think this is
Well,
what wasn't that before Eddie, our parents said it before Eddie Murphy did, but
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy put that in
that's
his
right.
skit.
That's right. You got Burger King,
What job you
McDonald's
got?
at home.
But wasn't it funny? They always have Burger King and McDonald's money for the grandkids though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a grandma, so yeah, I asked that for them. Shucks, I even took my kids and I didn't know nothing about it
until I got older. I took them to hibachi.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't never took my kids to no hibachi.
They didn't know what hibachi was, so they got a job.
Oh yeah. Trust me, it's just funny how Miss Kim was the youngest of all her siblings by far. So did your parents ever do that to you, Miss Kim? Ask you to say, hey, you ain't getting it.
My mother, she was the mean one, but I was the one that played one against the other. So if she told me no, I went to daddy because I was the baby girl to get my way. So yeah, because I was, as you say, I was oops baby. Because it's such a big gap between me and my siblings. Being the oldest is 20 years. So yeah, I was like the only child. So by the time they got to me, they were tired. So it was just like, go to give it to her anyway to get her out the way.
I know I would be like that. I ain't gonna hold you. I'd have been like that.
My boy said call my daughter because she was the last one. And I guess they felt I got tired. I said, no, I still treat her. She just didn't act bad like y'all did until she got older. That to me, that was different, but they didn't see it in that way. She didn't know what a real spanking was or punishment was because she didn't get in trouble when she was younger. She started getting in trouble when she got in high school. That's when she started smelling herself.
Yeah, I got in trouble too.
I have no problem with it. So I gave, and then at that time I actually had more money. So I was struggling with the two oldest, but the youngest one, I had more money. I had 2 jobs and my spouse was working as well. So we were able to spend a little bit more and treat her a little bit different. But they don't see it in that manner. They just say that, you treating her different. That's all they see is you treating her different. But they don't really. I will say this about my children. They actually learned because I raised them similar to how my parents raised them. And I know probably a lot of y'all had the same thing, but I raised them to where, hand-me-downs is good because I tell them, I said, the less I got to spend on your clothes, the more I can spend on something else. So they understood that concept. So they didn't mind hand-me-downs. They always had food. They always got what they, like whatever toy they wanted, they always eventually got it type thing. But these kids still don't understand that the struggles that we had to go through because we didn't have, in my generation, the only video games we had was Pac-Man on the video box that you had to put a quarter in, or Atari.
Oh yeah.
Now I know I just aged Lord, I know I just
right, and Pong.
Pong and Tank.
Yeah.
Those were the first two games.
Right. And ColecoVision, y'all remember ColecoVision?
I was getting ready to say ColecoVision.
So telling them about those games now, I think they're actually coming back, but they're coming back as a retro game. So, it's
Right.
still fun for them because it's just a time to pass by. But that's what we only had. Those are the only video games we had. But before they created those video games, you're right. We had to go outside, play double dutch, hopscotch. Y'all remember the jacks?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Checkers. You also played
Pickup sticks.
Oh
toe
yeah.
on the
Pickup
ground with
sticks.
chalk.
Yeah.
Huh?
You remember pickup sticks?
Pickup sticks.
Sticks, yeah. Pickup sticks. They don't understand that today. They don't understand that today.
And
My
one of the
my
things.
daughter came to visit me this weekend, and we were just kind of talking, and she says that her godson, who I think is how old is Manny? 12, I think. I think he's 12. Oh, he's about to be 13. So he said, Auntie, it was something, I forget what it was. She said, television. Oh, did you television when you were younger? It's only what? She just turned 24? 34, excuse me. She just turned 34, I think.
It be your own peoples, man. It be your own peoples. Like,
Hey, I remember when we got our first TV.
Hey, we can't say too much because we said the same thing to our parents, but we actually, color TV was a novelty when we were growing up. I said we used to have a color
Yeah, 'cause we
TV.
had black and
It had
white.
two colors, black and white.
That's right.
Go ahead,
Black
Summer.
and white.
I was gonna say, all this stuff is like flooding in my mind right now. I'm thinking about, and I'm about to tell my age, where I wasn't allowed to watch Benny Hill because
Oh,
that was considered fresh. So
Oh,
I couldn't even watch.
Benny
My
Hill.
parents didn't even let me watch Benny Hill because they was like, he's too fresh. So
oh yeah. Oh yeah. We used to
It's
watch
more
it at
popcorn.
you could only watch it after a certain time because it wouldn't come on before
Yeah.
10 o'clock. So if you was up and you watched it, we as a young man, I used to watch it to see boobies. Because sometimes they would flash. And we
It
be
was
like
popcorn.
be
But
looking
we just
for it.
thought it was adult stuff that we couldn't watch, but we tried to stay up to watch it and sneak and pray that our parents went to sleep.
Yeah, definitely. Because our father worked third shift,
We had
so
to
he
go
was
upstairs to
gone.
the neighbor house and watch it.
Oh yeah.
We
So,
had to go to the neighbor house and watch it.
but yeah, it was
TV got shut off at a certain time,
well,
you know,
TV went off
because
at a certain
Went
time.
off, yeah.
Oh,
After
yeah, it went
Reverend
off.
Ike, it was Peach Fuzz.
Yeah.
They don't know about that today.
They don't.
They
Oh,
don't
and
know
then-
that.
and
Stars
then-
Spangled Banner at the end of the night.
That's right.
and then the commercial that would come on, do you know where your kids are?
Oh yeah. With me and I get it. Stay in your lane and stay out my. On the behalf of myself, DFG, Chocolate Pearl, Apple, and Bean, we want to thank you for watching our show. Please come back, like, share, and subscribe. Peace.